September 20th, 2018, the first project he dropped. He's in the same grade as me, by the way. So he graduated high school, 3 months and a little bit of change pass, and he drops an album. Just like that. This is what I'm saying. This is what's respectable about Yeat. He just makes stuff and then puts it out there. Let me make it clear what the reason is for the point I'm trying to get across. I'm not like, oh, worship Yeat. And I'm not even saying that his music is any more impressive or more aesthetically pleasing, sonically pleasing than the next guy. It's not anything particularly exceptional. He shows glimpses of true artistry. The reason why I give him that extra credit, why I push further to like his music, to then influence others around me to like his music, is because he is a role model of a person who is insecure and afraid to put themselves out there artistically. And that's respectable, and that's something that more artists need to have for the sake of the art form. All these artists are so afraid, and they don't realize this is what actually does it. This is how you can find success without trying to take some shortcut. If you are an aspiring musician and you want to retain your soul and also be successful in the music industry, use Yeat as a paragon and north star of a modern best story we've seen, best blueprint, best layout we've seen of how someone can just brute force their way, make it in the industry. You shouldn't look up to a lot of these other guys in the game. A lot of them did really, really shady stuff that people don't want to talk about because it actually gets really deep. It actually gets really deep. The Drake and Diddy stuff and all that. I'm telling you, I don't even want to get into it. But I'm being so serious when I say this. 95% of these artists are terrible role models. They're terrible people to, in a pivotal time in your life, be wasting your time listening to. Damn, I'm really hyping it up. I don't want to that's too much glaze. I'm taking it too seriously. Back was no skin. Back was no skin. This is definitely not the way to react to it. Because do I listen to this analytically the first time hearing it? Or do I just listen just to try to enjoy it? And then maybe I'll listen a second time or a third time. And then I'll give my opinion on it. Because if I listen to it analytically, right? And I try to decipher things, I try to figure, oh, where did he get that style? How did he get inspired to do that? And it's fun for me. I enjoy doing that. But if I do that, will I just go it was an okay album, and then I never listen to it again, and I actually miss out on a couple of gems where it's oh, this is a song that only starts to get really good after the 5th or 10th listen. You know what? Life is short. I'm just gonna have fun and listen to it analytically. This is not how normally people would react to stuff, but I mean, this is why I want to react to music. Chicken, I'm gonna use him.
That goes crazy.
High like a blim, yeah. That bag was no skim, yeah. If I could, I will, yeah. But she could not use him, yeah. Walking away. Okay, if I say this is Travis Scott inspired, people might the Yeat cult, the crazy people, they might go actually no, it was inspired by this style and this style of this guy and this guy and this guy. And they'll list 40 different people, right? Even in 2018, someone like Lil Yachty was having all these really ethereal beats. All these guys' producers were all sort of following the wave, whether or not the artist was even wanted to be in on it. All those artists were influenced by Travis Scott. Travis Scott's style, innovative melody, has spread to every single corner of the rap game. He changed the rap game forever. So all those guys who influenced Yeat all got influenced by Travis Scott. So ultimately it was Travis Scott that influenced this style. It's like going through Google Translate 3 or 4 times, and then it ends up being this style.
Could tell, I'm wishing you well, but I feel up well with a drip as you tell.
Nav, Trill, Sammy. Dude, there were a lot of 2018, I'm remembering these guys, I'm like, bro, where? Because I'm hearing the same autotune. When you're in the game, and by in the game, I don't mean you gotta be famous or whatever, but when you talk to these people, when you're connected, the biggest sauce is the little presets that they use, because they manipulate the industry to create formulas. And they're proprietary because it's hard to replicate them. The music industry doesn't make mainstream songs by trying to innovate on sound. they do it by creating cues of familiarity to like tickle the brain in the right way. And then they give all the artists that they want to blow up that same preset.
I remember he wouldn't record because
my presets was ass. Like it sounded so bad I didn't want to do it.
I don't know, there was just no like engineer that could do that.
I would make a song and then I didn't want to listen to it because the presets and everything just didn't sound good. Once Weiland, like I remember Weiland came over to my crib and gave me the stuff he had on his presets.
I took his computer and I put everything that I use on there, and I just told him like which things to adjust for ad libs and stuff like that, and he ended up recording more.
And then it just made everything like way easier. It was way better.
We gotta get to this. I'm analyzing too much. Going on too many tangents. He clearly has not mastered the style. And this is what I can appreciate. This stuff is probably embarrassing to listen to for him. He probably looks back on this and he's like, bro, don't ever play this at one of my concerts. I made a different video about this, but I basically explained that like Yeat's thing is cool because it's intentional. A lot of these rappers, you cannot understand them just because they have a really stupid accent that people can barely understand. That's not Yeat. Yeat is impossible to understand, but that's intentional. And then you gotta wonder, okay, why is that intentional? Why would Yeat do that? What does he gain? So you think about, what does he gain in the song? He gains the ability to turn his voice into an instrument. It's like everybody else's voices their vocals are kind of locked into like you can only do this much with them. He's opened the door to not only innovate, but showed others that they can innovate like this as well. It's very clear he had this idea right from the start. He just didn't know how to do it, but he put out the music anyways. He put out the music anyways so that he can evolve. It's burning your dead wood, and then that fire allows the trees to drop their seeds, and those seeds grow into new trees. That's like a good metaphor to imagine it as. And if you actually want to evolve your style, because I see so many people that make music, they make more music than Yeat probably. These people don't evolve the way Yeat does. They don't have the confidence to come up with ideas like this, like innovate and go, I could do something new. Okay, let me get good at it. They don't ever go down that route because they can never really get good at something because they're not growing. They're not killing their previous self. They're not looking at their, like putting it out there into the world for everyone to hear and then going, that's cringe, it's embarrassing. And because that's what allows you to grow. It's that aversion, or it's like laughing at yourself. It's whatever like emotional way you want to take into basically rebirthing your spirit and your understanding and killing your previous self as a part of it. But you can't do that if you never allow that previous part of yourself to live, to exist in the world. You will barely evolve. And it's not even like a real like evolution. You might be like, oh, I'm perfecting my craft, but that's exactly the kind of thing a perfectionist would say, and everyone knows the reality of perfectionists. You should drop your music knowing that you will cringe at it, knowing that you will not like in the future, you will not like what you put out. You should know that going in, but then do it anyways. Anyone in a creative endeavor, if you find success, great success, and then you lose it, this is the lesson you learn. Don't learn this lesson too late. Jump into the industry, make bad music, fail. This is the industry to fail fast in. Other ones, fail fast. No, dude, this is the one. If there's one industry you just want to spam with everything you have, this is it.
Smoking OG, yeah, not smoking, I'm no trill. Well, with a drip as you tell, you can tell, yeah. That was your wrong, yeah.
But don't get mad at me for skipping it. Very basic, but that's one of those melodies that if I was there in the studio with him, we would be like, oh, this melody's crazy. Songs sound different from different perspectives. When you're in the studio making that kind of a melody, you're gonna love it 10 times more actually. Anyone would. I don't know if that's something that's like, that can be understood by people who haven't really been in the studio and made music that they like, but it applies to like all art forms. The same thing would happen when I would like make YouTube videos when I was a kid. It was like 10 times funnier to us, like me and my friends who made it, than it was to like anybody else who would watch it, you know? It's pretty clear they had fun making that beat, and that just makes you appreciate it a little more. It's like, oh, they're actually doing what they love, because you don't feel that way, but like you don't overly like love your craft unless you had fun making it. Why? Don't tell me he used to be an emotional.
See how you wait. I'm stuck outside. to float in a rap. I wake up, get.
I'm not a fan of this one. There's stuff I could say about it. I don't want to go too deep and analyze it though. I was hoping this one would be interesting.
Weed limousine, got that verbal dream, my diamonds, yeah, they ice cream, ice, you
Dude.
face a beam.
This reminds me of that. Whoa, wait. He captured that style in this. All those weird guys, bro. The THOUXANBANFAUNIs and all these, like, the Nestlys and all these people that were a part of that era. It started to, like, emerge in 2016. Like, even people like Lil Uzi dipped their toes into that kind of stuff. unotheactivist and D Savage and all these people, they were all making stuff like that. Dude, wait, I like this. Oh, what's that guy's? Bro, wait. This is like a faster paced version of the style of songs that's like if you hear something like this, right? When did this drop? 5 years ago. 2018, like I said, beginning of 2018. Listen to his vocals as well. SahBabii type of.
I've been on the road, posted up, rolling up a scroll. Came up from the flow, had to run it up till my legs were so.
This song makes you like happier. That's so hard. How little do you have to give a fuck to make a song like this, dude? I hear the beginning of this, right? And I'm like, oh, these are the kinds of things that I like to be a little slower, maybe a little more like transport my mind, you know? But it's like, we're getting into it, and this instrument is very spacey, so like, let's go to space. That's what I'm expecting from it. I'm expecting futuristic. He's going into this new style, he's going into this new sound that he's able to make work because he's hitting the right notes. Sometimes that just happens, it's lightning in a bottle. He's going in, innovating, and he's actually like succeeding a little bit. He's having moments of success in innovation, and that's beautiful to see. And then I get a little bit of that familiar style. Excellent formula. This is like a faster version of that song with some differences, obviously. It's very tweaked, but it shares a piece of its soul with that song. That, as well as like many other SahBabii and SahBabii contemporaries songs. Ah, okay. It's these two melodies when they combine. That's what makes that sound. This is a really intoxicating sound when they combine.
You gon' face a beam. Alexander McQueen, but it on my jeans. Never gonna drink that's in my lean.
Nice.
Focus, I can't really trust nobody. I keep the back in the beam, cause yeah, this shit a hobby. Yes, you see the chain and
this part's alright.
Ice cream with my team facing.
Wow. I remember what it was like. Yeat's a month younger than me, and I remember what it was like to be that age. He's one of these guys that has this thing that I don't have, which is this like innate like musical ability. I see it in the way that he makes music. He has that. I never in my life could I have made stuff like this at that age. And the reason why I say these things, and I think anyone who reacts to music not only needs to like be an avid music listener, they also, I feel, all of them at some point must have tried making music at some point. Everyone who reacts to music. I don't care if it's some like, oh, blasphemous whatever, like some dude who I've personally never seen him try to like dip his toes into music at all, but I'm sure he has behind the scenes. Because I've tried to make music, and I feel like that's the motivating factor in trying to do something creative like this. And I remember, with the best of my ability, the kind of music I was able to make, like come up with in my own head when I was 18. I remember that. This is far more innovative. It's more concrete, more creative. It's just on a different level. There is nothing that my sound had that was in any way more admirable than this. I can think of a lot of artists that genuinely sound way better than this. I'm really trying to make it catchy, to be honest with you. But when I hear other artists, there's always something where I'm like, yeah, but my song does this better. My song does this better because I'm not a complete sellout, and I'm not going to use this instrument just because everyone else is using it, or do this stupid lyric that like sounds cool but is actually true and all this, like, or like try to sound like I'm black, sound like I'm from Atlanta, sound like this and that, you know. I don't want to like go into it and try to appeal to a certain audience. I would find like philosophical and metaphysical reasons as to why someone should listen to my music over theirs, because they can learn something from my music that that person's music cannot teach them. Yeat is one of those guys who shows me, yeah, I have no reason to make music. He just does everything I can do in music, but better. And that's not like glaze. Like he does each thing marginally better. It's not like so much better, but it's unfair is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to glaze him. I'm trying to show that like he's only slightly better, but that slight better is something that he will always have over me. Usually in everything else there's a compromise. Oh yeah, this guy's better at this thing, but I'm better at this thing, you know? I always have those thoughts when I look at like anything that I'm consuming. Every time I look at the flow of money, I look at where it's going and I'm like, I could have done this better than this guy. And I have that thought with a lot of these musicians as well. I don't have that thought for Yeat. Actually, I do sometimes with like his lyrics, but I have to be humble about my lyrics. None of my lyrics are like any good. But Yeat found a way to transcend lyrics anyways, so maybe that's why I think so highly of Yeat. Because he has the same weakness as me, but he found a way to overcome it. And I didn't find that way. He thought creatively enough to come up with this idea to make it so that 90% of the words he says are completely unintelligible for the sake of creating a new instrument, both melodic and percussion instrument, that goes along with the rest of the track. And then say one sick line that people can kind of understand like every other bar. And have like the cutting edge of beats. And actually not be a sellout so that you can actually judge beats for what they are and not like try to copy the industry or whatever. Like that's something I could have came up with. I understood. This girl even texted me that video of like the triplet flow and like the Young Thug flow from like Rap Genius's YouTube channel. And she's like, oh, these videos remind me of you. And I'm like, yeah, because I like preach about this stuff, dude. Like I knew this stuff. I could have figured it out. I could have figured out how to get over my weakness in music, which was the lyrics. But he figured it out. How did... Luck. Like there's no other explanation. This is hard. Bro, wait, what? The first thing he put out is with Jban's. When did this come out? It was posted on Apple Music on August 15, 2018. So this was the first thing that he dropped. And 2 months before that, I shot a concert for Jban's 2 Turn. This guy right here, I don't know if he's still Lil Yachty's friend, but they were like cool at the time, or they were making music at the time. I already told this story somewhere, it's in my stories. And we took a lot of good pictures of him because he didn't bring like a whole entourage of like 50 people on stage, you know? We took a lot of good pictures. I deleted all of them. I do have a picture of it. Wait, I do have a picture. Hold up. This is from the concert. This is Mosin. This is me. See my hand because I'm skinny. Young Nudie was on stage at this time. Yeah, this is what I mean. How the hell did this happen? This dude is a month younger than me. 2 months earlier than him, I met Jban's. We could have made this song, bro. And then I think about that. What did Yeat do differently from me to where a month after I could have had the opportunity to do what he did before him, he ended up doing it? I don't like the way it sounds. It's a little harsh on the ears. This reminds me of Safe, but of course he's not going to show because he's completely irrelevant, because he was only irrelevant in 2018 and 2017. It doesn't remind me of this particular song, but I know this artist has a lot of vocals that have a similar style to those vocals. Yo, but this song was actually so sick. Hold up. This song is worth a reaction. I'm gonna go through, start from the beginning. The music video is not good. I'm just gonna wallpaper engine. Come on, bro, hurry it up. Bro! Okay. All that beginning part was unnecessary, bro. Like, let me immerse. It's been a while since I heard this.
been smoking it too much, baby girl, could you remind me your name? She wanna fuck with a nigga cause she see that I'm almost famous. Wrote all the shit in the basement, baby girl, you should not play this. Cause I would just fuck with your mind and have you wondering who to save. It's crazy, now you wanna call me baby. Every day you moving shady, you wouldn't pay me. And I know that they all hate me cause I got the city wavy. Honestly, it was just patience. Look at these pictures I'm painting. You cannot fuck with these pictures I'm painting. Cause I go hard in the paint like I'm Davis. You cannot fuck with the kid, I'm just saying. And she said that it's only me who she asking for. Oh. Baby, could you come here and show me some more? Oh. All it really took was time. Baby, it's about that time. That nigga, go ahead and shine. Dubai, but I'm gone.
Wait, what?
Gone to a place you never been.
Wait.
Baby girl, let's fuck around and sin.
What? Wait, no, this can't be TOS.
That I need.
Bro, there's no way he slowed down the song like that before like Yami or any of these people did. Because they were all like part of the TikTok wave. Yeah. The second half of the song is significantly weaker. Can someone please make a version of this song that I could save to my playlist where it's like just the first half and it kind of ends in a cool way? Okay, well that was a complete like tangent. Should I put that in the reaction of the, no, I'm not gonna put that in the reaction of the album. But from this guy, I've heard other songs. I think Don't Lie is maybe a better example of it, but I don't remember much of the other songs. I remember this one though, of like a similar style of vocal. This is super reminiscent of so many different 2018 guys. Dude, I remember I didn't like this like style of artist in 2018. I didn't like it, and I don't like this song. This song sucks. Because I'm rehearing sounds that I haven't heard in a long time. Like hearing like themes and motifs. And I'm at least willing to hear it out now. Let's just... Bro, everyone sounded like this. It was actually so annoying. Let me just make this clear from the start. Nobody could do what SahBabii did. Maybe someone can do it, like technically can do it, but nobody did. Like nobody was able to emulate SahBabii and innovate on him. That's interesting. He really did push the boundaries. Of course he wasn't anywhere near as influential as maybe he could have been. I feel like someone like Kanye could have picked up on him. This is the last one I'm gonna react to today. And once we listen to this, we will be done with the entire 2018 discography set.
Rockin' it wrong, rockin' it, rockin' it. Wanna stop it, I'ma keep rockin' it. I'm in the hill with the fast car, NASCAR.
Bro, he's using my ideas. I've had ideas in the studio where I'm like, bro, we gotta have that reversed like reverb, that reverse reverb that comes in. We have to have it like super long for one of them. And no one ever listened to me. And then he just did it.
Who knows? Love kill.
He's better than me at lyrics too, and that's his biggest weakness. His biggest weakness is still a strength above mine. That's how I know I'm not meant for music, because there's a few things I'm meant for, a few creative endeavors that like I could change the game in those. I've always been very humble when I'm around artists, because I know that music is not one of them. So it had some high points, like right here, there was a
song smoking on weed strong. I'm extravagant. What is happening? Why?
There's like a cool little point, you know? But yeah, the rest of the reason why I had to point out the fact that I was humble, that I'm gonna be humble around artists, is to like make it clear I'm genuinely not looking to offend anybody. Like when I say shit from a place of I could not do this, and I'll make that clear to any artist that wants me to make that clear to them or to the world or whatever. It's your responsibility to have some self-confidence, honestly. Like have the confidence to realize that your music is still good even if I insult it. Don't be insulted by my insults when I say like, oh, this song fucking sucks. I'm saying it for a different reason. Like you know what I mean by that. oh, could you make music like that? No. Yeah, but I'm still saying it sucks. And this one does, and you can take from it what he wants if he decides to, which he probably won't. And all other artists that I plan on reacting to, like, don't take anything I say personally. Some of it might actually be personal, but still don't take it personally. I'm not a fan of the beat, I'm not a fan of the vocals, but it uses cool ideas that I'm like, this would be so cool if it just had a better melody or something, you know? Classy, but fun. Too lean-y. Too much lean was consumed in the making of this song. Bro, he worked with Nessly and... Why have I not seen this? Have I seen this? Have I heard this song? Because I've heard all of Nessly's songs even into 2019. Like, I had held out hope. Even after he dropped that one album that was complete trash, I held out hope. I'm like, this dude, like, I can analyze so much. He would be so great to react to in the future. I'm gonna react to Nessly stuff too. I gotta put him on here as well. Come on, man. The guy who sat next to me in color theory in college shot a music video for Nessly in 2019. Freezing Cold or whatever, and it went on World Star Hip Hop. They edited the music video. They shot it and edited it. It was him and like two of his friends. Let me see if I could find him. Yeah, this is him. This is him. The Stru_X. He hasn't changed his at. He's still in Atlanta, Miami, of course, because you got to expand, and Geneva. He is Swiss, from Switzerland. Swiss set. That's right, same business. Wait, let me see what he's got going on. He came to SCAD, to film school, same as me, and was shooting music videos, same as me. And I was showing him stuff on Instagram, because I was doing cookie stuff at the same time. So I'm like, yo, look at this. We got like 25,000 views. Like, we got 50,000 views. We got 100,000 views. And he was so impressed by those like little numbers. It's like, okay, those are big numbers when you're like 18, right? But those are little numbers now, you know? I know like, oh, people are going to look at the views on this video and go like, oh, this is not... Yeah, I'm not doing this for the views. And we could have stayed in contact, but it was the last day of the semester. We drove into his apartment complex and he's like, oh, you drink? Like, asking me like, oh, you want to come up to drink? And I'm like, nah. And then he's like, oh, all right, cool. And then that's how that ended. And he just went up to his apartment. I left, I didn't pull up. And then we never talked to each other ever again. But yeah, bro, we were in class just doing fucking nothing the whole time. Because we're like, yeah, we're gonna make it. Like, why do we need to try in this class? Like, this is an art class. Can't we just like subjectively get a good grade? Me and this dude were in the back of the class just doing puzzles the whole time. The teacher had puzzles and we completed these like big ass puzzles, dude. And then we got so bored of them, we took it apart, do it all over again. And we had our phones too, but it was like, it's always on our phones, always looking at numbers, always like, it's actually a like terribly hypnotizing world to be like shooting videos for people. Like you become that person, like you take on that identity. It's kind of crazy. Everything revolves around it. There were too many foreign people at that school. Like, if you live outside the United States and there's like propaganda over there telling you that like SCAD is a good school, like Savannah College of Art and Design, they're lying, dude. He did do stuff with Miss Philippines, right? Miss Universe. This is it right here. This is the thing he did with Nessly. This was them at the music video shoot 1 year ago. So he's still doing this, huh? So this is a set. So it's not them as a duo. So they're working on other people's sets. Bro, these are like brain rot artists. No way, dude. The new wave of conscious is just emo. It's just doomers. Bro, you could have posted this horizontally. You know what? One day I'm gonna hit this guy back up. It's tough out there. Not everyone gets the like wisdom and guidance to like genuinely succeed in life like I have, you know? There's a lot of luck that plays into it. Lastly, I want to show this right here.
Or do you want to do, I feel like a picture would just be better.
You don't want to do a drop?
I mean, well, I'll just be like, go and see my audiomack.
Swipe up, listen to my new project.
Oh, you could do that? You could put swipe up on it? Oh, word.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. It's Yeat. I'm here, audiomack. Just drop my new tape. Swipe up, go.
Yeah, no, he's definitely autistic. Alright, so one thing I'm gonna do from now on, every time I like do a reaction to an artist, I'm gonna try to go through and figure out some random lore, like how I just did for Yeat. I'm gonna go on the Yeat subreddit, I'm gonna go on the Yeat Discord server, I'm gonna hit those guys up, go, yo, put me onto the deep lore, put me onto the early stuff, the leaks, the stuff people haven't even heard. Explain to me the stories, how did this one come about, you know? People who are there from the beginning. That's what I'm basically gonna go in there and ask. Alright, cool, interesting little dive. Okay, bye guys.